Hi, welcome back to your lesson number 4 of your tarot reading course. This one is going to be a very quick video because there are so many things that I covered in the previous 3 lessons. This one is just more of a do's and don'ts of tarot reading for yourself or for anyone else. I'm going to talk about the don'ts first and then I'm going to hop on to the do's because the do's are like pretty easy breezy, that not much of a hassle there. But the don'ts is something that I know that a lot of beginner tarot readers struggle with, because I have struggled with it and I know how it feels when there is nobody guiding you over those things. So here are my top 5 don'ts that you should not do as a beginner tarot reader. The first one is, do not promise timelines and future predictions. If you are reading for someone else, do not promise them, okay, so this is exactly how this relationship is going to turn out in the future, or this career is going to turn out in the future. Always remember that the future is very subjective. It changes on the present energy, the energy tomorrow, and the energy also keeps on changing. The future also changes based on the person's decisions and the choices that they make. So whatever you see in the tarot might be a possible future, but not the future, if you understand what I'm talking about. But do not promise that 2 weeks is the time that it's going to take for you to come out of this relationship, or in 3 weeks you're going to get a new job. Do not promise the timelines, because again, that is very subjective, can change on a person's decisions and the energies. Overall, your future may change very swiftly, or it might take a lot of time. In tarot, I always suggest that tarot is not a very good tool when it comes to, predicting stuff, predicting the future, because it's very subjective. It's confusing to read, the future on the cards. And if you really want to get into future predictions, you should get into astrology or something else if you want to. If there's any other divination, you should get into that. Number 2 is, do not guess the cards. While you're reading for yourself or anyone else, do not guess what the card is talking about. The reason why I made this whole 4-lesson course is that I wanted you guys to understand that tarot reading is not based upon guessing what the card is talking about, or, hammering yourself with the meanings in the guidebook. I want you to be very independent tarot readers. I want you to be not dependent on the guidebook or any other meanings that you picked up from Pinterest or anywhere else. I want you to create your own meanings of the cards, your own keywords of the cards, and then read tarot for yourself or for other people. I do not want you to memorize the meanings. I do not want you to guess the cards, because trust me, if you just keep on guessing what the card is talking about, you're not going to be a very good tarot reader, because you cannot expect the same card to pop up over and over again in every reading. So the way of getting out of this guessing game is to actually understand the story in the card, and whatever story you need to know is in the graphics of the card itself. It's in the artwork of the card. Talking about the major thing here, choose a deck that you actually vibe with, that you like the artwork of, that you can understand. Just a few pictures of the internet, you can see, okay, this is what this card is talking about. Get a tarot deck like that. Do not depend on very vague tarot decks. Of course, very vague tarot decks can actually help you build your intuition, but only if you are at that level where you actually know the basic meanings of the cards that you have built up for your own self. I'm not talking about the guidebook or the meanings of Pinterest or anywhere else. Do not play the guessing game with the cards. Understand the story and the meaning behind the card and how to put that in the context of the reading that you're doing. Number 3 is, do not force yourself to read tarot for yourself or for anyone else. Do not force it. If you feel like, okay, today I really want to read tarot, sit and read tarot. It's absolutely fine. But do not force yourself to read tarot, because trust me, when you are in that energy which is very stagnant or stale, or very unmotivated or demotivated, you do not feel like doing anything, do not read tarot. Tarot takes out a huge chunk of your energy, and trust me, if you have ever worked with Wild Unknown or any other tarot deck for that matter, it does take out like a huge chunk of your energy, and you do not want to be in that zone where you are already depleted of energy and then you're again putting that depleted energy into reading tarot for yourself or for anyone else. It's just a very vicious cycle. You do not want to get into that. So don't force yourself to read tarot. Whenever you feel like reading tarot, read it then. If you want to build a habit of reading tarot, I would suggest just have like a 5-minute session with your tarot, like one card pull, as I said, or 2 cards or something like that, so that it's easier for you to, number one, build that tarot reading habit, and also number two, not give way too much energy into reading tarot. Number 4 is more for people who want to read for other people. Do not read for free. Like initially you can read for free for your friends or your family, just to understand how it works and how it feels to read tarot and all of that. But I would highly suggest, do not read it for free all the time. Even like when it comes to charging fees for reading tarot, do not keep it very minimal. Trust me, there are gonna be a lot of people who are gonna come up to you and be like, oh, you know what, 500 rupees like is a very big amount for reading tarot. It's not. There are other people who read tarot for like thousands of rupees and they still are doing pretty good, and it's absolutely fine. You need to also consider how much energy you're putting in, how much time you have put into learning that skill, and how good you are at predicting future with the tarot if you really want to get into that. So you need to consider all of these facts and only then charge for your tarot reading service. But initially it's fine to read for free, but not in the long run. Don't do it for the long run. Don't dim your shine just because other people are uncomfortable with it. Number 5 is, don't let other people's opinions make you not read tarot. Now, I have encountered my own fair share of people who come up to me and tell me, oh, you read tarot, what's the big deal, nobody believes in that. Fine, it's not my job as a tarot reader, nor is it yours, to make other people believe in tarot, astrology, science, the universe, or anything like that. A person who believes in these things will come up to you eventually. They will happily pay you for your service, whatever you quote them. It's absolutely fine. Do not let other people come up to you and tell you that, oh, you should not be doing this because, oh my god, you read tarot, that's like, nobody believes in that, that's really shitty. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, even like at this point in my life where I have been reading tarot for like 4 years or something, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't care if people come up to me and they're like, oh, this reading was like absolutely did not resonate with me or anything like that. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It does not matter. Because again, here is the thing, that every person reads tarot differently. I will interpret a card differently than you would, and that's absolutely fine. That does not mean that you are not reading tarot properly or I am not reading tarot properly. It is absolutely fine. But all of this judgments and opinions and whatever people say, just let them speak, let them say whatever they want to. You stick to your tarot reading skill and habit and talent, because I know you've got it in you to do these things, and even if not for other people, just do it for yourself. It's gonna turn out amazing. Let's get into the do's now, because these are like very simple and very like quick, honestly. The first one is, read for fun. Don't take everything way too seriously. Do not read for other people very seriously. You can take up simple questions like, how is my next week going to be, or how is this relationship, or how is this career for me, and all of those guidance kind of questions. You can take up that. Don't get into very complicated spreads in the start. Do it once or twice, but just let it go. Don't do it on a daily basis. As I said, it takes a lot of energy to do those things, so don't do that. Just read for fun. Enjoy reading tarot, because trust me, if you enjoy reading tarot, if you don't treat it like a chore, it is gonna give you so many answers. It is gonna open so many, doors for you, and it's just gonna be really, really amazing. Number 2, I would say, is maintain a tarot journal. That is very, very crucial for a person who's just beginning to read tarot like you. You should maintain a tarot journal, or just not even a journal. I would just say, just maintain a freaking notebook, because trust me, it's gonna be amazing when you look back at it and you're just gonna be like, oh, this is the date when I actually started to read tarot. So it is gonna be amazing for you if you maintain a journal or a notebook for your tarot reading sessions. It does not have to be for each and every session. It does not have to be, just for yourself or just for other people. You can mix and match, it's fine. In my tarot journal, I only write about my own readings, because when I sit to read for myself, I do that like once in 2 or 3 months. But I do that very religiously, I do it very in depth, and I write down each and everything, so that if I miss out anything, or if I have any questions related to whatever is happening in my life, I could actually reflect back onto those pages and check what the tarot was saying and what have I missed that I could not understand in the moment. So maintain a tarot journal, not for me, not for other people, just for you, so that you can just look back at it and be like, oh my god, this was amazing. Number 3 is, if you have the budget, challenge yourself with new tarot decks. If you have the money to buy tarot decks, because they do come very expensive, especially in India, you can find mini versions, which again is pretty fine, I guess. But if you really have the budget, go buy some new tarot decks. Don't just stick to one tarot deck. Check out different artwork, get out of your comfort zone, keep challenging yourself, because in the end, sometimes you won't get answers from just one tarot deck. Like, this has happened with me, like on a personal, this is the personal experience that I've been through, that sometimes when I read from the Light Seers tarot deck a lot, it just kind of just goes like, the energy is like very stale. I just don't get answers from that deck sometimes, so I just shuffle it up and change my deck and use some other deck, which is absolutely fine. If you have the budget, as I said, if you have the budget, go and check out some new tarot decks and keep challenging yourself with these tarot decks, because trust me, it's gonna be amazing for you. So this is just a guideline video for you guys. This is something that you should always keep in mind while you're reading tarot. I know I have said so many things in the past 3 videos that sometimes it's just too much for me, even for me when I watch these videos back, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's like a lot of knowledge. But I hope this course was really helpful for you. If you want to learn more about tarot and you want to get like a full-fledged course of tarot, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I will keep you updated on when I'm coming out with a tarot course, because I'm coming out with one very soon for you guys, and I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, and everything related to tarot, other videos that you can watch, will be down in the description box. So check them out as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Have fun with tarot.